University. I didn't know anybody. I'm not from Toronto, so it was a good opportunity for me to meet new people, other incoming students, upper year students, and get acquainted with Toronto. And then once I started volunteering and then eventually working for orientation, um, it was a good way for me to meet other people who are passionate about helping out incoming students and getting involved in student leadership. In terms of my academics, it's really taught me how to balance both extracurriculars and work, or not work, but like school work. So whether it be summer school or studying for a long-term exam or doing research, I always have something else going on while I'm doing orientation. So it's really helped me learn to build a balanced calendar, stay on top of things, communicate quickly and efficiently, all sorts of things that are really invaluable skills and things that you might not necessarily learn in the classroom. So it's done a lot of good for me, both as sort of an individual and as a student.
The first thing that made me join Nigerian Student Station was food. Because Nigerian food is amazing. It's, if you're Nigerian, you understand. It's one of a kind. It's amazing, right? And so I remember the first event I went for. I saw that there was going to be free Nigerian food, and I saw the list of the foods that were going to be there, and I was just like, sign me up. And apart from like all the cultural and food events, we have academic events. We have a mentoring program where upper years help incoming students who are maybe studying the same thing as them or taking the same courses they took. So it helps because they've been through it, they know what it's like, they know what to expect. So they can help you with things you're finding difficult, or help you choose the courses that would be best for you. And so in that way, it helps streamline the academic experience. It helps, and they give insight that could be useful to you when during your academic career. Definitely get involved. Definitely, because it's one of those things that, I mean, it just adds to the whole university experience, right? It's more than school. It's about the people you meet. It's about the friends you make, and you're gonna meet people. You're gonna make friends, but it'll also be nice to keep in touch with people, that understand like where you're coming
I
from.
remember when I first got here, I am an international student. I came here directly after my high school from China. And when the first time I got here, I feel so lost. It's just very nervous for ESL students to get involved. And then after, I find this club through Club Fair, and I joined it, and apparently I find a lot of people from having the same background as I do, and I feel like, wow, I'm not alone. I met so many friends, and there's a lot of personal growth within the club. As a Chinese student, we have this special thing called Spring Festival in Chinese, that's春节, and our club will host a really great gala every year for that festival because it's really important in Chinese culture. And then, even though we can't go back to China during Spring Festival, we still celebrate it together, which is awesome. And I'm pretty sure you want to be a part of it.
So the Student Voice Project is like a 3-day reading week thing. So it happens between the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so you still get a long weekend on either side. And it's basically intended for students who have like mental health struggles, or the people who are just like interested in learning about that and want to be able to help people out. And the whole setup is like the first day we have a bunch of guest speakers come in, and we all kind of talk about how university can be stressful and how that can affect different things in our lives. And the second day, we get different arts facilitators to come in. So we have spoken word, we have visual art like painting, and we have zines, which are like homemade like little books. It's really cool. And the third day, you actually get to make your own. So I really like SVP a lot, and I really recommend it to everybody, to be honest, because U of T can be so isolating and so big sometimes, but kind of creating these little communities where people really care and really want to genuinely talk about stuff has been really life-changing for me in a lot of ways, and gives me a lot of kind of hope.
I think a lot of things that I thought would come naturally kind of didn't. I think there's a lot of I guess bureaucratic and logistical steps when you try to do something, and that was really new to me. I studied the sciences, and I didn't really get a lot of experience in doing like administrative work, business work, and a lot of like planning work. And I think New College Student Council, the role that I was elected for, really gave me a lot more to help me with these areas. So for example, I ran the Halloween hunt. We took 250 students and we drove them all the way to Wonderland to have a nice. It was a pretty fun night. Like a lot of that has, like it sounds. I thought it would sound more simple. You know, I get the buses, I get the tickets, and then the students go. But then you have to plan out like risk assessment. You have to plan out a lot of logistics, like the volunteers, who has first aid, who's going with food, who's commanding the buses. So I think it really gave me a lot of insight into thinking about the stuff that goes on on campus and like how much more there is behind it. Because when I'm in that position, I have to think about all those things, and that was probably really, I guess, fascinating to me.
Say why.
You guys joined in your first years,
Uh-huh.
right?
Yeah, well, it helped us and it gave us a sense of community.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we felt lost first year until we found the BSA, and it was just like a support system that helped us get through our upper years.
Yeah, and I mean, chances are when you do get involved, you feel more of that sense of community, which helps you better even academically, right? This school, once again, is a huge school, so when you are able to like ground yourself in a particular space with particular group of people, I think. In essence, you feel loved, right? And you feel encouraged, and you can talk to people about your struggles, and they're experiencing the exact same things. Like when you're going through exams, they're most likely going through exams too. So when you talk about your confusion or your frustration, or when you're looking for something in particular, you have this community that, like, it's a huge resource that you can just go to right away.
And I also want to add, like, BSA is like an outlet in a way.
Yeah,
Like whenever we feel stressed, we just come to the office and like chill.
this office, yes,
This office.
yes.
Like, just chill and laugh, cry if you need
Yeah,
to, and
yeah.
it's just a cool support system.
Why did I get involved? Last year, I was just a student looking for a job, and I applied to work with the student union. I had not much idea about what I was supposed to be doing, but I ended up falling in love with this position and becoming the vice president campus life. Pretty much what I was doing was to create events for every single student in campus and to bring the community of the students together. And that's why I like this job so much. There are so many opportunities if you want to get involved, if you want to feel part of the community, and if you want to also give something back to it. Your full-time student status doesn't only stand for your academic life, but it's also about everything that you decide to get involved with.